Make sure that gets recorded. Okay, good. Here we are. Okay, so we are really, so today I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm on my smaller computer today, so I can show you some pitch videos as promised. I just want to talk a little bit about the actions that I'm seeing written down. You know, for the most part, they're good. They're really big, though. Like a lot of your actions that you're writing down are really big, like not specific in the sense that they're really big. And being married to a husband that has poor time management skills, when he tells me what he's going to do in a day, I always think when he tells me what he's going to do in the day, I always think, well, you're not going to get all that done, right? Because I'm really good with time management. And so sometimes I look at your lists and some of them are such big groups of things that I know you guys pretty well. I don't know you individually, but as a collective whole, I know you guys. And the thing is, you choose these really big actions, and then whatever has been stopping you actions, you know, whether it's, well, first I need to get an agent, or I don't have any money, or my time is limited next week, or I'm too old, or I'm not pretty enough, or my training isn't good enough, or I'll do it the week after, or whatever is the thing that you guys tell yourselves that stops yourself. And the reason I'm saying this is because, you know, I'm really emotional today because I myself have been doing some really, really, really big shit in my life, like really big shit. And the tendency when you come upon that really big shit in your life is to like, well, I just want to run and hide is my tendency. My tendency is just like, oh, you know, I didn't mean it, or I'll work on it later, or it's too big, or I'm too old to take this on now, or it didn't matter anyway, or let me just run away to another country and lay on a beach and sell all my earthly belongings and peace out. You know, that's what like comes into my brain, and that's my stuff. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate with my stuff, but like I know that you have stuff that stops you from getting your shit done that you want to get done. And it's why I've always surrounded myself with coaches and mentors and friends. And this morning when I was doing my journaling, I just wrote down a list of my friends, because sometimes I feel alone in this process of what I'm going for. And I know that I'm not alone. And then when someone offers help, I'm like, I'm fine. Right. And so asking for help is like one of the hardest things for humans to do, right? Asking for help and admitting that you need help, and admitting that you haven't gotten it all figured out, and admitting that you're in process. And for me as an actor, that was always really hard, because I was the person that liked to have my lines memorized, know all my blocking, know what I was doing. And so being in process as an actor was a difficult thing for me to learn, and still is. You know, I don't like it when I don't know my lines. I don't like it when I don't know my blocking. And the same goes in my business of acting, or just in my business in general, in my life. Like, I like to be done. I like to scratch stuff off the list. I don't like to be in process. And that's what's hard for me. So for some of you guys, I just want to urge you to narrow down that list a little bit. Some of you I asked to do that. Like, I can tell people that are actors, fast track clients, because you guys you've been doing this for a while. So you have like, you're in process already. So like I think it was Kaz's list, like she's like, like the stuff that she's talking about makes sense. And then like someone like Randall, like I really got your list because you're also like someone that's been working as an actor for a while. And so you've got things in action as well. But a lot of you were giving me like really big things, like, and I know that some of you need to fix your IMDb Pro. I know some of you don't have a list, but you don't need a huge list. Literally, you could get 5 names and reach out to those 5 people next week. It could be as simple as that, right? And so it doesn't have to be so big, because I think sometimes so big is the thing that stops us. Like, I remember when I moved into this house, and I had all these boxes everywhere, and it's a 3-story house, and I needed to get to work because I had my company. And so I hired a girl to come in and do this. This is my office I'm in. So we started there, and she eventually did my whole house and helped me organize my whole house. But it was like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you solve a thing one bite at a time? Like, you don't like, so sometimes when we have such a big list, we get stuck in that overwhelm and we think, oh my God, I have to get to the top of that mountain. No, you don't. You just have to put one foot in front of the other. And the steps that I want you to take, I want you to primarily take with steps that are going to lead you in front of your customers. And so a lot of you were talking about preparation to get in front of your customers, but some of you didn't even mention that in your list. Right. And so I just want you to go back and be honest with yourself about that list. I want you to be honest with yourself and say, hey, this list is like me avoiding getting to what Valerie's talking about. Like, we all heard Gabby called Tina Fey's office yesterday. Like, when you guys heard that, who did that scare? Like, who was like, oh my God, I could never do that. How did she do that? Right. Well, so I want you to have at least one super brave action on there. And I want you to take the action, towards what you've been scared to do. Like I think about Anna. Anna, you were scared for almost a whole year. The first year of working with me, you were scared, right?
Yeah, that's so true. I was really terrified to get on the meetings and even to send the email. Yep.
Yeah. But now now are they easier than they thought you were going to be, than you thought they were going to be?
Absolutely. I'm still a little bit nervous during meetings. I actually had a meeting today too. But when I know what I'll be talking about, like, that really helps me, like whenever we're preparing for the meetings.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're preparing for the meetings. That's what's important. She's using her coaching time with me to prepare for these meetings. So when she walks in, she's prepared, just like you would prepare for an audition, right? So but it took her a while to get to that. And that's okay. I mean, she did something really fucking smart. She hired us right out of acting school, which I wish I would have had me out of acting school, but like, she did that, and so she's hit the ground running. And I told her, you're going to get to a place, Anna, where you're going to look back and all those people you were in acting school with, they're not going to be actors anymore. They're not going to be actors anymore. And so, yes. You just keep everyone needs to keep your eye on your prize, on your goal, on what you're going for, and on your path. It's really, we live in a land of distraction. It's like social media has made us all be in a goldfish bowl, right? And we're all like looking at each other. And so we're distracted, right? So we have to work harder than ever on not being that way and not having that happen. And so anyway, I just want you to take this last opportunity, this last piece of homework, and really look at your list and say, hey, and I just want to make sure that I told you everything that I was supposed to tell you that's going out in the thing. Hold on one second before I move on to showing you these pitch videos. Let's see. Oh, that's 22. And let's do this one. This is it. Okay. I just want to make sure the email that is going to go out to you is what I said. What's today? The 9th? Okay. All right. So yeah, exactly what I said. So make any changes to your okay, I just shut off my Facebook, which I didn't mean to do because I had it all keyed up for you. So make any changes to your hold on, let me just get this up. Hold on, let me get this up. Sorry, I had it all set up for you and then I just shut it off because I was making sure that I was telling you everything I needed to tell you. Let me do that real quick. All right, I have a very funny one to show you because I have like the best person that's really good at this. Okay, here we go. All right. There it is. Okay. All right. So just go back and be super honest with yourself. Ask yourself, can I really do all of those things? Did I say something that really scares me? Or does it just seem like all busy work? Yes, I want you to get on IMDb. And yes, I want you to update this and update that and update this. There was a lot of updating going on the list. But I also want you to take actions towards your customer base. Like I want you to do things like that. Because whatever you've been doing up until this point has gotten you where you are. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Whatever you've done up until this point has gotten you where you are. See, because what's probable is you're probably not going to take action. And the truth is, it's not that you don't want to take action. It's not that you haven't tried to take action in the past. It's not even that you aren't committed to taking an action. Like, I believe all of those things. It's just that you're not going to take it. And how do I know that? Because that's what got you here. If you were getting the real big results, you probably wouldn't be here. And so I want you to challenge yourself and take a bigger action. Do something that you've never done before. Scare the shit out of yourself, right? And I'm here to bounce off of with that. I hope you guys are going to join me on Saturday. We possibly have another surprise person. We'll see. And we're going to be talking about for our panel. We've got some really great questions for them. Like, we're going to ask them things like, what are their sticking points that they've experienced, or where they got stuck in their own career and how they overcame that, right? How do they think outside the box? Scary actions. We're going to hear from them, that stuff. So be ready with your questions for the panel. Be ready for your questions for me. I'm going to present some new material to you. All right. I'm going to show you a couple of pitch videos. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Let's go back. hold on one second. Let me move you guys so I can see. All right.
I'm really great for this role because, hi, my name is Brian Coffey, and I am reaching out to you because I want to audition for the role of Felix on the pilot Lincoln. I'm really great for this role because I always seem to play the guy who thinks he knows better than everybody else. Because I know better than everybody else. There's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way it is. If you go down into the rest of the email, you'll see a link to my reel where you can see all the amazing things I've been doing, because I've been doing so many amazing things. So many amazing things. Seriously. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I look forward to auditioning for you, and you guys are really great. Just not as great as I am. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm just really great. This here is a reprint of the original lithograph of a copy of a Rothko. It is worth absolutely nothing.
Okay, let me look at it. He's so stupid. I love him so much. Okay, here's another one. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a good example of Laura's sister is on here, or Camila's on here. That's who it was. I talked to Laura yesterday and Camila. Camila and I recommended that she cut in clips into her pitch. So I want to show you a version of that. Okay, here we go. Let me just make sure it's and then here we go. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Brian Coffey. Hi, I'm Brian Coffey. See, I told you. And I want to be your next family sitcom ridiculous adult character.
Look, buddy, I'm just a dancer.
I love acting on family sitcoms because it's fun, and I like to make people laugh. I've guest starred and co-starred on multiple family sitcoms, and now I want to do it as a series regular. What? Did you just ask me what qualifies me to be a series regular? That's a great question. Well, I can drive a standard automobile, and I use words like standard automobile. I also have a list of credits ranging from The Deuce, This Is Us, all the way up to Raven's Home and my recurring character as Simon on the ABC family sitcom Kevin from Work.
Bold, yet refreshing. Thoughts?
I do. For you to consider me the next time you're filling an adult role on your family sitcom. Because if you do, I just might dress up as Einstein and rap at your next birthday party.
Brain is so dope, your brain is so fly. Soon you'll be flinging melons up into the sky. Yeah!
Which is totally cool.
So that's an example of how you can really use clips within your pitch. Okay, so I wanted to show you a couple of those. I know it's fucking hilarious, right? Tosh, your pitch video was really great that you posted. If you guys haven't gone and watched Tosh's pitch video for Green Lantern, he put it in the group. It was excellent. Go take a look at it. There was, is she here? Sarah, her pitch was really good. What's her name? I told you, Michelle Rickert. Michelle, are you here? No.
She is
Yes,
here.
I am.
Hi, your pitch video
Hi.
was excellent.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, you have a great camera. You look great. Your backdrop was
you.
great. You were alive on camera. You're ready to go. Your pitch video is ready to go. You need to get that out to people.
Okay, great. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you really have so much personality. I mean, it was just awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It was really, really good. So yeah, I loved it. So,
Thank you.
yeah, you're ready to go. You know, like you have a lot of personality, you know, and here's the thing, you guys, sometimes, you know, I had a really good meeting with one of my clients this morning, and, you know, there are so many ways to climb the mountain right now. Right. And one of the things that we were talking about this morning was he's he's like a great guy that just like, Tosh is like this too, that goes to events and meets people and is really, everyone wants to talk to him. He's a lot of fun at events. And so we were talking today about, you know, like he's not really, this guy I was talking to today is not really the guy that gets an agent and waits around for the agent to get him auditions. It's just not his drill. It's just not who he is. He's the kind of guy that goes to a film festival and makes a bunch of relationships and goes out with his friends and makes a movie, and the movie gets nominated for an Oscar. That's who he is. That's who he's being. And so I think you have to be really clear about what are your strengths. Like if your strengths are pitching on video, if your strengths are writing warm letters, like that's the other thing. We talked with my client this morning about writing warm letters. If your strengths are casting workshops, I mean, if your strengths are, you know, producing your own material, if your strengths are doing drop-offs, if your strengths are, you know, just networking, like, you know, doing like postcards and emails and newsletters and just marketing, like figuring out like what it is that works for you and gets results. And so, yeah, so be really clear, start to become clear about that, because it's not just about, like, some of you guys are going to be great cold phone callers. Like, I think Gabby might be a great cold phone caller, right? And so if you guys have never heard the story, like Holly Hunter, Oscar winner Holly Hunter, you know, she had a jar of quarters. And back in those days, there was like in New York, in your lobby, there was a payphone in a lot of buildings, in the buildings we lived in New York City. She would take her jar of quarters. Dawn Durrell remembers this. And she would go down to the lobby and she would just call people all day long and pitch herself. That's how she got a career, you guys. Michael J. Fox did it the same way. People tell me, yeah, but that was the olden days. No, people. Getting in front of your customers has not changed. Just we don't have payphones anymore. We have these. Right? That's it. And we used to, like, if we used to want to do a video, we used to have to go hire someone to shoot a video and edit it for us. Now we can do it again on this, right? There's a lot of convenience that's out there. So just know that it's not really changed. Business isn't changed. Business is still the exchange of products, services, or ideas for money. That's it. That's all business is. The exchange of products, services, or ideas for money. You are a product, or you have an idea for a show. Those are what you're exchanging for money, right? So, yeah, and it can be a lot of money, especially if the writers go on strike in America, which is looking like it's going to happen. Okay. Yes, who has a question? Maud.
Hi. So
Hello.
I had a question. If you want to send your pitch like with the Vimeo, do you still need to put something in the email or just the Vimeo?
Ask me that again.
If you want to send your pitch out to someone, do you still have to put something in the email except of the Vimeo, like the video, but like maybe like a, hey, I'm Madars here.
Normally what I do is I say something like, hey, check out my pitch video. If you don't have time to write a pitch video, here's the highlights, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I bought your shirt.
Oh, you bought my shirt? A shirt? Oh, that's so good. Thanks. Yes, Melanie. Who is that little one?
That's my son, James.
Hi, James. Oh, he's so cute. I saw you put a bunch of pitch videos. I haven't had a chance, but I'll look at them tonight.
Yes, thank you. My question revolves. I had this question, and Sarah's bad story reminded me yesterday that I wanted to ask this and keep forgetting. So, about like around late August last year, I was like annoyed about the whole process. And this was before I found you and the AFD family. And I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna like reach out to someone and put on like there was no script, so I put on like some scenes from the book and recorded and sent it. But of course, I might have made some mistakes since I didn't know like all of this, and it's been like 5 months and haven't heard anything. So my question is, should I like, now that I know more stuff, should I send like first a pitch and then maybe re-record the scenes and send those after? Or like, I don't know, what should I do with
Yeah. You know, remember that it generally can take upwards of 11 to 16 times before anyone's even going to pay attention to you. So you didn't burn any bridge. You didn't do anything wrong by sending the thing before you knew what not to send. But now that you know a little bit more, you might want to reshoot the scenes in a little different way and send it again. Absolutely. I think, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with reaching out again and again. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But do you think it makes sense like doing that again with the scenes, or should I not do that at all and just like a pitch?
Yeah, no, I think
for an
that
addition?
I think that it would be a great idea to reset the scenes. Maybe you feel a little differently about them and you can reshoot them and you can make them a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can say that. Like, don't be afraid to say that, to say, hey, I felt like I've improved as an actress and I wanted to reshoot the scenes for you and show you in a different light, and here they are. I hope you enjoy them, kind of thing.
Okay. And should I send that? I first only did it to the casting director. Should I do it to just like everyone, like the showrunner and the writers and everyone?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, it really, one thing that worked for me, because there are a lot of people at that time posting audition scenes on YouTube. Well, they weren't paying attention. It was getting specific in who you sent it to get them to pay attention.
Okay. Perfect. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Katrina.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So this week, I'm attending Miami Film Festival.
Ooh.
Yesterday, I went out for an event where I met a director who I met previously before, right? And we had a nice chat, and I asked him for a coffee so we can discuss further his projects. But I read his bio and films that he usually creates, and those are usually the thrillers. So my question is, like, I would like to work him because I like his personality and the way he works, because I did have a bad experience with directors, and which is not good to work together. But as far as me pitching myself to him, should I kind of form my pitch being close to his genre, or should I still focus on my strengths? For example, I've never done a thriller before, and I didn't know that could be my strength. I mean, I can pitch myself as is, but I don't know how to possess myself. Like, what would you recommend? Should I focus on his product or still
I always think you should focus on the other person. The most important person in any scene is the other person. And so when you're pitching to someone specifically, you should be focused on them and how much you like their work. And you don't even need to involve your name. It's like really great to see you. I'm acting like you now. It was really great to meet up with you again yesterday. And, you know, I recently watched this work. Have you seen some of his work?
Not yet.
Okay, well, you need to do that. You need to watch anything that he's done that you can watch, because you need to start Like, if you want to build relationships with people, you need to be aware of what they're doing. Okay. So it was great seeing you, this week. I'm getting ready to watch this. I'm looking forward to seeing your thriller stuff. And I look forward to meeting up with you again in the future and possibly working with you. It was great again to see you. That's like literally all you need to say.
That is done already. Like, we will meet. I know 100%. But then how do I transition? What would be the next step?
Again, it's about his stuff. Don't be so scared to put yourself in his projects. Allow the relationship to unfold, right? Get to know his work. Talk about his work. That's the thing. Okay? So go watch his movies. Don't be such like, oh my God, how do I get him to audition me? Like, you got to go see his stuff. You got to watch his stuff. You got to have an opinion about his stuff. Do that. All right. And then reach out to him about his stuff, because that's the way you're going to keep the relationship alive. Right, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right. When you talk to them about their stuff, you're actually pitching them. They don't know that. Most of the time, they have no clue. They're just flattered that you're paying attention to their work, because what's the number one need of human beings? To be heard. They want to be heard. They want to be felt. They want to be listened to. So you've got to like listen and feel him and watch his art and experience his art and have an opinion about his art and communicate that with him. And then you will find the transition. He'll probably find it for you. And you don't even have to worry about it. He'll be like, you should audition for this part. And, as you're beginning to talk to him and get to know him, you can say you can say something about something you're acting in. Don't hide your actor. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Melissa, come on down.
Hi, Val. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just like a day behind on the assignments, because I was actually in New York for an in-person audition for my first one ever.
You're kidding. How did it go?
It went good, but I didn't get a call back. It was going to be for yesterday, but it's all good because I didn't have a lot of improv experience. So I just did it just so I could just do it. So I did it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's why I'm a little behind on the work, but
that's good.
I did do
a good excuse.
Yeah. I thought you'd be okay with that. I did do my pitch video. I just am unclear. Are we doing that on Saturday are we doing our pitch?
There's no pitching happening on Saturday. Saturday is the one pitch-free event that we do. Because it's like a lot of work for my team to get that all organized. So this is our pitch-free event. We're going to have an amazing panel, and I'm going to be doing teaching. And then we will be getting into the pitching this summer. So.
Okay. And then also, I understand how busy everybody is, but I don't feel comfortable moving forward unless I got some sort of feedback on my pitch video.
I'll go in there.
I know everyone's so
it's
busy.
good. I'll go in there and do it. I saw it and then I just haven't done it, but I'll go do that.
I really appreciate it. And thank you so much.
Sure. Sure. Hey, Greta.
Hi. So I wanted to ask two things. So today in the car, I had an epiphany, and I feel like another adjective that describes me is resourceful. And I feel like I could use that for my specific pitch for Wednesday. But I was wondering, should I reach out to producers or the casting director? Because I was looking at IMDb and they had a casting director in the US, one in the UK, and one in Romania.
Well, I would do the one in Romania first. And is resourceful I don't know what resourceful means, like as far as brand is concerned. I'm confused a little bit about that. I mean, are you resourceful as a person?
No, I'm resourceful. I mean, definitely, but also I feel like because people usually think I'm shy, but I'm not really shy. I'm a good observer, and like Wednesday Addams, or even Enola Holmes and Bonnie Bennett from the Vampire Diaries, I see things that people don't usually see, and that leads me to think outside the box and come out stronger, like a lead would do.
Okay, that doesn't really work for me in selling myself for a project.
Okay.
Like it's too broad, and it's like it's too broad and specific at the same time. You know, like you're a character and they're going to hire you because you're a character. So
Yes.
allow yourself just to be the character. I mean, like you are one of a kind. Right.
Thank
And
you.
so just allow yourself to be in your personality and tell them how much you enjoy Wednesday. Like you guys, a lot of times you don't even need to say your brand because you bring your brand with you. Like Michelle didn't need to say her brand really in her video because I immediately got how to cast Michelle. Everyone go watch Michelle's video. Go watch Tosh's pitch video. Like if you watch Tosh, in 5 seconds, you know how to cast him. If you watch Michelle, 5 seconds, you know how to cast her. You don't need to give me this long recitation of brand. The reason I do the brand is to get you guys. I think there's almost like too much brand now. Like it's like, you guys, it doesn't need to be this onslaught of brand because the onslaught of brand is just gets confusing after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you are a personality, just be that personality. Just say,
Okay.
hey, I live in Romania. You shoot this in Romania and look at me and watch me. I feel like I really belong in your show. I love your show. I watched the first season. I would like to be in the second season. My material is below. Call me. I'd love to audition for you. I mean, that's literally all you need to say. It
And I
doesn't need
feel
to be some big scoped out pitch, right? I mean, right, like it doesn't need to be. You see how like Brian wasn't really telling us any branding statement. He was just being the weird guy with a unibrow.
yeah.
Did you see that in the videos?
Yes.
Right, so yeah, so pay attention to that. Does that help?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so I think I'm gonna focus on the Romanian side. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, be a local hire. Why not?
Well, I am. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say go for them. Right?
Oh,
Go for
okay.
them.
So yeah, the casting director in this case, even though you suggested usually going for the producers or even the writers.
They're going to have to make some local hires and you fit on that show. So just show up to the pitch video and say, hey, I fit on your show.
No, okay,
I'm
yeah.
Greta, and I live here and I'm hireable. So, just do that. That's enough.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
Who's AK? AK.
That's me.
Okay.
Is it okay if I don't show my face?
Yes.
My question is, I live in Finland and there is not much like shooting like movies and series and like auditions. So I want to like start in America since like there's lots of shooting or somewhere local like UK or somewhere else. But like I
would go a little closer than America.
Yeah.
All of the like 50 to 60% of the video games in the world are shot in Sweden. That's closer than America.
Yeah.
A shit ton is shot in Ireland. That's closer than America.
Yeah.
So I would go more local to where you live than trying to go for America. Which we're getting ready to have a writer's strike. It's a shit show here and people are leaving. Like all you guys are like, I want to go to America. Why? We're all saying, why would you want to come here? Go to Canada, because that's where all the stuff is going, right? Like, you know, I would say, why would you want to do that? You know, literally there's a writer's strike getting ready to happen, right? There's a lot of stuff like I think it's like, no, I mean, I know there's this like dream of America, but we're dreaming of being somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, so I would not like put a lot, go to Sweden. I mean, my God, there's so much video games there. And video games are like the fastest, and video games are the highest grossing part of our business, y'all. They're billions of dollars. One video game makes $1 billion opening weekend. You know, no film does that.
Yeah.
No film does that, right? Like video games are where it's at. If you can break into the video game industry, and we'll definitely be having one of our video game people, because I've done video games. We'll definitely be having those people at one of our events coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, one more, Tal, because I'm going to run out of time. Tal, go ahead. We have a class today, so I have to get off for that and get ready for that.
Hi.
Hi.
I have two questions. One regard to what you say to one girl that asked something. So when I do my pitch, so do you recommend to do it like a character? Like, for example, the video that we saw. So it was a little bit of character of I know everything. So if I know what is the type, do you recommend to be the type or to be you?
Yeah, it's very close to who he is, and that's what he sells, and he's very good at it, and he's funny, and he sells. His brand is the guy that knows everything, that knows absolutely nothing, right? That's his brand, right? I mean, the guy that thinks he knows everything, that knows absolutely nothing. And that's literally the guy he plays over and over and over again. And so I have seen people do, I've had people do pitches in character, and I think that can be really good. I think it can also be a little bit put offish, depending on if you're playing someone super evil or something like that. You're definitely going to need to have a wink and a nod and step out of it a little bit to know that you're not really that person in real life.
The last sentence again.
I said you're really going to have to wink and a nod and to step out of it so people don't think you're like that in real life.
Yeah, this is what I kind of thought about that person. That's maybe like if I would hire him, I don't know if I want to work with him, if like he knows everything. So what would I think as a director?
Yeah, but that's the comedy of it. And he's sending that to comedy people. So they get the humor of that. Right. And if they don't, he's not sending it to the right people.
Mm-hmm. So do you recommend that if I know about a character, for example, she's like think herself, so be like the character in the pitch, or like to do the pitch?
Yeah, it really depends. It depends on what you're pitching for. You know, like it really depends on what you're pitching for. I mean, I think you're asking a very general question and trying to get it through a little tiny hole. I don't know how to answer that. I mean, like he was specifically pitching for a certain role, and he had read the breakdown for the role. So he knew who the character was. So he was presenting as someone that could arrive as that character.
Sometimes the auditions that I do, sometimes they say pitch before you do the audition.
Yeah.
So I know what is about the character because I know the audition. Like I'm doing the audition, and before that, I pitch.
Okay. Okay, why would you pitch before an audition?
Sometimes they ask
for you to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well then just talk about yourself.
So not okay.
So you're not doing a pitch there, you're just talking about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
but there was
I mean, there was a conversation we had yesterday with, you know, like someone was told to talk about themselves for 10 minutes. That's a totally different thing. But if they say, you know, if they tell, hi, I'm Valerie Hubbard, I live in New Jersey. I live with my husband, Gilbert, and my dog, Gracie. I run my own company, and I like to eat out in fancy restaurants. I mean, that's like what I would say about myself. And then I would go into my audition if they wanted me to say a little bit about something about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's not really a pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking to to do it differently. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is cool, but because what you said, I was thinking maybe to change it, but okay, no.
No. There's all, like, I just want everyone to be really clear. There's all kinds of pitches, right? There's pitches that you do for specific characters, for, you know, later on in the year here, we're going to get into, you know, in the summer, we're going to get into pitching for agents and managers. That's totally different, right? There's pitches that you're doing for a general pitch. There's all kinds of pitches, right? So, and there is no way that I'm going to be able to teach you all of that in this little amount of time we have. It's just impossible, right? Because like, there's a lot to learn, you know? And so go watch Tasha's and Michelle's pitches. They were great. I have to go. I'm so sorry, but we have a LinkedIn 3 class and I need to get prepared for that. So I will see you guys for our last day tomorrow. Go and fix those lists of 5, okay? All right. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.